Hello, everybody. It's Sunday, and this week's topic is an advice week, and it's about sex. So, if there's anyone who watches this channel and doesn't want to hear me talking about sex, who knows me in real life, then you should probably shut the video off now and stay tuned for next week's topic. Or watch my most recent video on my personal channel about being 2 years post-op, because I don't talk about sex there. Or, well, I haven't made the video yet, so who knows. Trigger warning, I am going to use some anatomical terms and body part names, and I'm going to talk about sex things, having sex. When I was in high school and I was pre-transition and didn't even know I was trans, I was very sheltered. I thought sex was when a man put his penis inside of a woman's vagina. I thought that that's what sex was. Turns out, that's wrong. That's wrong. It's not what it is. So, yeah, I thought sex was very basic. I thought it was like, it had one definition, and that was it, and that virginity was a thing. Virginity's not a thing. It's a social construct, in my mind, and I stand firmly by that, because to society, virginity means that, well, you know what it means. I don't have to go into great detail about that. But I just think that concept is wrong, and I think that, there's no reason to, like, deflower a woman. The whole concept of virginity is that a woman changes when a man has done this thing to her, and it's like, that's just not... I just don't believe in stuff like that. I think that's wrong. And I think that is a really basic black and white way to look at being intimate with someone. Also, along those same lines, people think that, like, hymens break, like, when you do that, and that's what losing your virginity is, when you break someone's hymen, or when your hymen is broken. And hymens don't break. They stretch a lot. They're really, really stretchy, so... Yeah, there's a video that Lacey Green made, who I am a big fan of. I know that some other people don't really like her, but I'm a big fan of hers. And she did make a video about how virginity is a social construct, so I'll link that below, actually, because that's a really good video for you to watch if you're interested in stuff like that. For all intents and purposes, when I was identifying as female, I did have sex with my boyfriend at the time, and it wasn't my favorite. I did it once, and I was like, you know what, I'm all set, this is good, I'm all done. That's when I started telling people that I liked girls, because I was like, I didn't like that, that wasn't good, and I never want to do that again, so bye. That became a little bit more problematic, because then I started getting the question. Oh, you know, that question, how do lesbians have sex? Yeah, fuck you and that question, fuck that question. Just, oh god, people are so ignorant. People think that once a penis is taken out of the situation, that sex is no longer possible, which is so weird. So again, that's a really black and white way to look at sex. I look at sex is being intimate with someone, and whatever you think is sex is sex. If you wake up the next morning and you feel like you had sex, but that's not society's definition of sex, then fuck society. Just go for it. Just, that's it. That's sex. It is whatever you want it to be. So it's an advice week. My advice to you is to be cautious about disclosing your trans identity to people, because you never know what kind of a situation you're in. You never know, what kind of a person that you're with, if you know them, obviously, and they know you, and they know that you're trans, and that's different. But if you, like, meet a random person, and you're about to hook up, and they're like, by the way, I'm trans, it could turn into a violent situation. So you really need to be cautious of that, and just go into the situation being safe and playing it smart. I've gotten the question a lot of, when do you tell your date that you're trans? And if you've been talking to someone for a sustained period of time, when do you tell them that you're trans? That is a good question. You'll know when you're ready, and you'll know when you think it's a good time. And that's my answer. You'll know when you think it's a good time. So just trust yourself and listen to yourself when you're like, you know what, I really feel like I should tell this person right about now. Chase actually runs a really cool blog that he talked about in his video, FTM Sex Talk, and he's gone into depth all about like different protection you can use and stuff like that. So go check out his blog for more info on that. It's on Tumblr. My experience is that you always need to be open and communicating with your partner at all times because, as trans people, we can have a lot of dysphoria. So, the having sex and being intimate can be more difficult for us than it can be for cis people. So if you're with someone who has had sex with cis people in the past or is only familiar with having sex with cis people, then it's really important to keep an open dialogue going with what's going through your mind and if you need to stop or if you need to take a break or whatever, because it happens to me, it happens to everyone, so it's just a thing. It's just a thing that happens. So just be aware. That's my advice. Self-awareness is key in all aspects of this, and just go into it being proud and strong of who you are, and that's basically it. Stay tuned. This week is the week on my personal channel that I'm going to make that video with my best friend, so stay tuned for that, and I'm just about to upload my 2 years post-op video, which was yesterday, so